And Virgil's trying to reverse this. And he's trying to show us that, no, you think that generosity will lead to goodness. No, generosity will lead to evil. You see how Priam is too trusting, too generous. And so he believes this Greek soldier, and then he will allow the Trojans to bring the horse into Troy, and at night, the Greek soldiers will escape from the horse, open the gates of Troy, and now the Greeks are rushing in to kill everyone. Okay? And Aeneas hears this slaughter, and he tries to save as many people as he can. And his first thought is, where is my king? How do I save my king? Okay? So as the Greeks are ravaging the city, killing as many people as they can, Aeneas is rushing to save his king Priam. All right? All right. So can you read, Ivory?
Perhaps you wonder how Priam met his end. When he saw his city stormed and seized, his gates wrenched apart, the enemy camped in his palace depths. The old man donned his armor, long unused. He clamps it round his shoulders, shaking with age, and, all for nothing, straps his useless sword to his hip, then makes for the thick of battle, out to meet his death. At the heart of the house, an ample altar stood, naked under the skies, an ancient laurel bending over the shrine, embracing our household gods within its shade. Here, flocking the altar, Hecuba and her daughters huddled, blown headlong down like doves by a black storm, clutching, all for nothing, the figures of their gods. Seeing Priam decked in the arms he'd worn as a young man, "Are you insane?" she cries. "Poor husband, what impels you to strap that sword on now? Where are you rushing? Too late for such defense, such help. Not even my own Hector, if he came to the rescue now. Come to me, Priam. This altar will shield us all, or else you'll die with us." With those words, drawing him towards her there, she made a place for the old man beside the holy shrine. Okay, let's continue. Suddenly, look, a son of Priam, Polites, just escaped from slaughter at Pyrrhus' hands. Okay, so Pyrrhus is a son of Achilles, okay? So this is a rewriting of the ending of the Iliad, where Priam and Achilles have this great emotional battle where they forgive each other. And Priam's love for Hector and Achilles' love for his father unifies their soul, okay? This is going to be a rewriting of that battle. So Achilles is dead, and now his son is seeking to kill Priam. Keep on going. Comes racing through spears, through enemy fighters, fleeing down the long arcades and deserted hallways, badly wounded, Pyrrhus hot on his heels, a weapon poised for the kill, about to seize him, about to run him through and pressing home as Polites reaches his parents and collapses, vomiting out his lifeblood before their eyes. At that... Okay, so again, this is a rewriting of the Iliad, where now Polites becomes Hector, right? Because remember, Achilles kills Hector at the gates of Troy, and Priam and Hecuba are on the walls watching this. And then Achilles commits a war crime by basically tying Hector to his chariot and then dragging Hector all around the walls of Troy. Okay, so this is a reimagining of that scene. Okay, keep on going. At that, Priam, trapped in the grip of death, not holding back, not checking his words, his rage. "You," he cries, "you and your vicious crimes. If any power on high recoils at such an outrage, let the gods repay you for all your reckless work, grant you the thanks, the rich reward you've earned. You've made me see my son's death with my own eyes, defiled the father's sight with his son's lifeblood. You say you're Achilles' son? You lie. Achilles never treated his enemy Priam so. No, he honored a suppliant's right. He blushed to betray my trust. He restored my Hector's bloodless corpse for burial, sent me safely home to the land I rule." Okay, so again, he is reminding us of the ending of the Iliad, where in this great war, peace and love come to the universe when Achilles and Priam are able to become friends, okay? And he's saying, your father, you've destroyed the legacy of your father.
You've destroyed the friendship between us. Okay? All right, keep on reading.
With that and with all his might, the old man flings his spear, but too impotent now to pierce, it merely grazes Pyrrhus' brazen shield that blocks his way and clings there, dangling limb from the boss, all for nothing. Pyrrhus shouts back, "Well then, down you go, a messenger to my father, Peleus' son. Tell him about my vicious work, how Neoptolemus degrades his fathers."
Neoptolemus is actually another name for Pyrrhus, okay? It's the same person. Keep on going.
"Degrades his father's name, don't you forget. Now, die." That said, he drags the old man straight to the altar, quaking, slithering on through slicks of his son's blood, and twisting Priam's hair in his left hand, his right hand sweeping forth his sword, a flash of steel. He buries his hilt deep in the king's flank. Such was the fate of Priam, his death, his lot on earth, with Troy blazing before his eyes, her ramparts down, the monarch who once had ruled in all his glory the many lands of Asia, Asia's many tribes. A powerful trunk is lying on the shore, the head wrenched from the shoulders, a corpse without a name.
Okay, so there's a difference between the Greeks and the Romans. Okay, the Greeks are very cultured people. They enjoy going to the theater and watching a tragedy and crying together to rejuvenate their sense of humanity. Okay, that was a Greek culture. The Romans go to the Colosseum and watch gladiator fights. Okay, they like blood, they like violence, and so the Iliad is an extremely violent poetry. In fact, you can say it's almost pornographic in the violence that it depicts. All right? And the Romans just love this because they are a bloodthirsty people. All right? All right, so Priam is dead. And with its death, what it is doing is negating the moral lesson of the Iliad, to forgive one's enemy. Okay, so the Romans read this and they remember reading the Iliad and saying, "Oh my God, I was wrong to think that Priam was heroic in forgiving Achilles. What I should be really thinking is, what a foolish old man who deserves to die for thinking that his enemy should be forgiven, for thinking that his enemy has a good soul in him." Okay, so again, this is negating